making another video showing how to make 4-to-1 mineral oil beeswax board butter for your chopping boards. And the reason I'm making another video is because the first video did quite well. At least it had a lot of views for me anyway. But when I made that video, I showed the double boiler method, which is a bit slow and you've got to measure everything out into like each jar. That's not really how I've been doing it. I've been just throwing everything in one pot. I stick it right on the cooktop. I have a gas-powered cooktop, so there is an open flame there. I've had no issues with it. It's just how I choose to make it. If you have an electric cooktop or maybe an induction cooktop, that would probably be even much safer. But like I said, I've had no problem doing it this way. Proceed at your own risk. I'll cut this here short because I'm trying to keep this video short just so you can get through it and see how I actually do it. To get started, you'll need some beeswax, some mineral oil. You can buy this as a horse laxative. It's the cheapest way to purchase it. These guys live down the street from me and apparently they get backed up even though their diet consists primarily of fiber. You also need a pot. I keep a designated pot, and you'll need a scale. Preferably one with a tare button. You'll see here in a second, the tare button just ignores the weight of whatever's on it. So I put the pot on it, it reads in at a weight, and I hit the tare button and it goes back to 0. And then I add the beeswax. I add about 400 grams here, and it's hard not to be a perfectionist, at least for me. You'll see here I'm trying to get exactly 400 grams, and I guess sometimes things don't work out exactly how you want them to. It looked good for a second, like I was shaking it in, and as I was creeping up on 400, it got just about there, and then it went over. And for some reason that kind of thing bothers me. I try to just let it go because really it doesn't make a difference. So I hit the tare button again, and it's a 4-to-1 ratio, so I need 4 times that much oil. So 4 times 400 is 1600, and it got dangerously close to being a little too full, but it worked out in the end here. I just kept carefully pouring and hoping that it would all work out, and I got to 1600 grams of oil. Well, almost killing me. But anyways, I let it go. Deep breath. Move over to the cooktop. Yep, it's a gas cooktop, so open flames, flammable stuff in a pot. But I mean, I fry food on the stovetop anyway. That oil's flammable, just as flammable, and it all works out. So this will work out as well. You saw the fire blanket there, just in case. We keep one around. I use a wooden spoon. I just use any wooden spoon we have in the kitchen, really. I figure it's just working the oil and wax into it. So once the wax is almost all the way melted, like you see there, I just turn the burner off, and then the residual heat in the pot just continues to melt the wax. Okay, so you see me here with a pot full of boiling hot oil and wax, very carefully dumping it into each jar. I keep it in the cardboard tray just to catch any spillover or mess, and it works out pretty good. These jars were an exceptional deal. I got 60 jars delivered for €30, and they come with like a little honeycomb lid. You'll see in a minute. I used to really worry about trying to measure the amount into each jar, but again, it's one of those things I just had to let go. This all works out just fine. And I'd like to add a little lemon oil, some cold pressed essential lemon oil. It just gives it a really nice scent. It smells so good when you open the jar, and then you get some out to rub it on the board. It just smells nice and clean, and it's completely food grade. It's perfect for this application. And again, I used to try to measure that out, but whatever. I just got over it. Shake a few drops in each one. A little goes a long way. And then I have to clean them up because you saw I got a little spillover. I just wipe them off with some blue roll paper towel. It doesn't take too long. Probably would have been better to carefully ladle it into each jar, and I wouldn't have to do this, but I didn't. I got 16 jars, which is going to make a very nice, neat 4 rows of 4, and it's one of those things. I'm fighting it. I get to the end, and I really want to put it there, but you know what? I'm not going to, because I don't have to. my daughter and wife helped me make these labels. My daughter painted that bee you see, and my wife scanned it in and made up some labels for me. And I take them over to the paper cutter and just slice them up. You know, takes a few minutes. It'd be maybe better to buy a label I could peel and stick, but the scale of my business dictates that I do all these things myself, and I kind of enjoy this part of it anyway. I have a very nice, neat stack of labels, as you can see. It doesn't have to be neat. And I move on to applying the labels, and that glue stick really wanted to face front, but I caught myself and just picked it up to pretend like I wasn't fixing it. And the glue stick works remarkably well. Like, it works better than you might think at putting these labels on. And I just rub the glue on the back of the label and get it all nice and gluey. It just takes a few seconds per label. And kind of the nice thing is when you stick it on, you have a little open time with that glue. It lets you kind of push the label around and slide it up or slide it down to get it where you want. And that is one thing that I do care about. I care about the products that I make, the way they look and the way I present them, because it reflects on me. So I take my time and I get those labels on there nice and neat the way I want them. And I squeeze out any bubbles, and that's some care instructions there on the back of the label. This is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see, but it smells fantastic and it looks nice. There they are, all nice and lined up, but they don't have to be. Hey, so thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in seeing a comparison of different ratios of oil to beeswax, and even a little bit of carnauba wax thrown in there to see the difference that makes, you can check out my other video. I'll put a link to that video at the end here. And again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time.